right, my beautiful people, thanks so much for tuning in to the Money Mindshift, How Rich People Think. I'm ERGJ, Certified Financial Educator, and we're back here talking about what you need to do to change your results in your life. What type of results am I talking about? Your financial results. Here's the deal. Wealth begins in the mind. Wealth begins in the mind. If you want to have a financial success, you want to have a prosperity in your life, you want to get out of debt, what you need to do first is you got to attack the root of the problem. The root of the problem is your consciousness. So I got to ask you this. If you set up some goals, some financial goals this year, say you want to get out of debt, say you want to, make $1 million, whatever it is, let me ask you this. Have you put anything financial, anything about money into your consciousness? Probably not. Most people just don't. So here's the deal. You must be wealthy in your mind long before you're wealthy in your wallet. So what we're doing is we're going through the book, How Rich People Think. Steve Cybo. Steve, I better get my check. Now, here's the deal, guys. People ask me all the time, how did I go from being a financial zero to a financial hero? And I tell them simply, I just began to read. I began to read and I applied the stuff to my life. Now, I can tell people all day long to go read this book. And guess what? They simply just won't read it. So what I decided to do was to start this show where we can actually go through the book together, 15 minutes a day to keep broke away. And we're going to see if today your life has changed just by 15 minutes of reading, of interaction, of conversation about things that are related to money. We all talk about wanting to have money, but many of us are not willing to do what it takes to actually get money. So here's the deal. It's 15 minutes. You don't have a lot of time. I don't have a lot of time. Hey, why don't we just get started right now? Day 29. Now, in case you don't know, this is a 100-day journey, and I can guarantee you, if you go through 100 days of changing the way that you think, you'll change your results. Day 29, let us begin. Middle class plays it safe with money. The world class takes calculated risk. Middle class plays it safe with money. The world class takes calculated risks. Since the masses operate from a fear and scarcity-based consciousness, it's logical they will be extremely conservative with money. Their fear is if they lose money, they won't be able to make it back. The rich get rich by employing money to attract more without additional effort. The factor in the risk involved in the strategy, knowing that while gains can be sudden and staggering, there will also be losses along the way. Every investor loses money on occasion. But the world class knows no matter what happens, they will always be able to earn more money. So here's the deal, guys. You got to ask yourself, have you began to learn how to make your money work for you? See, most people, they're just trading their time for money. So what happens? When they stop being able to work, when they stop being able to give their time, they stop making money. And I would say to you, if you want to retire at some point in your life, you're going to have to learn how to make your money work for you. Now, why do I say that? Because when you retire, you're no longer working and you got your money paying your bills. So your money has got to be doing all of the hard labor by the time you get ready to retire so that you don't outlive your money. Makes sense, right? But see, we're not taught to think this way as it relates to this is exactly what retirement is. When we talk about a 401k, an IRA, or whatever vehicle that you're using, basically what you're saying is, I'm going to save this money up, put it in a position that is working for me so that over time, over the next 20 or 30 or 40 years, however, when hopefully you start early, that now it's built up to a point where I can live off the interest from what the money has done over this 20, 30, 40 years time span. Most people aren't taught to think this way. They don't even understand what retirement is. All they know is that they should put something away. Hopefully the company will match. And then, by hope, they'll be able to retire with a nice bundle of money. But once you understand that this is what's really going on, that the rich, they're doing this all of the time, and we're just doing it some of the time, just maybe 15 minutes a day will keep broke away. The more experienced they become, the smarter they get, and the easier it is to replace money lost in high-risk deals. So with the downside of taking calculated risk, educated risk understood and accounted for, they thunder forward like a locomotive searching for financial instruments and lucrative deals that have the power to catapult their net worth and broaden their lifestyle. Now, I said this the other day, and I want to say it again. Most people are concerned about the fear of loss. And what I'm saying is, guys, I want you to be concerned about the faith of gain. It's the reason why most people don't invest because they fear losing money. And while you're thinking about the risk, the wealthy are thinking about the rewards or the potential rewards because both of them have potential. You have the potential to lose and you got the potential to gain. But here's what I would say to you. If you think investing is risky, try not investing. Try putting your money into your savings account and seeing if it beats inflation, where every year you're going to lose buying power. If you think investing is risky, try not investing. And I would say to you, we already know that investing works, right? We've seen people get rich out of real estate. That's investing. We've seen people get rich from the stock market. That's investing. And so my question is to you, if you want to be rich, you got to do what wealthy people do. 15 minutes a day, keep broke away. All right. Security is the watchword of the middle class. Leverage is the watchword of the rich. Which is your watchword? Are you more concerned about security? Means that you're really not cared about growth, or are you into the point where you are using your money as leverage? Are you scared? I want security. And you know nothing's secure. We've seen that happen in 2000. We've seen it happen in 2008. We've seen it happen. Or are you going to get to the position where you're using your money as leverage? One group stays awake worrying about losing what they have, while the other group can't sleep because they're dreaming of what's possible. The wealthy study their investments like a scientist and are always looking for the gaps missed by the masses that make the difference between a good investment and a bad one. While the middle class is slaving away at jobs and careers every day, dreaming of quitting time and fantasizing about the weekend, the world class is employing ideas, people, and money to further expand their financial empire. Everybody in the comments below, I want you to write financial empire. What I want you to be worried about at this point in time is building a financial fortress that's impenetrable by the enemies that come to steal away your joy, your happiness, your success. Financial empire. Are you building one? Are you building one? Because here's the deal, man. Most people are absolutely, they hate what they're doing right now, but they're doing nothing to change it. And so what we're doing is we're putting seeds of wealth consciousness into our brains so we can start to think different and we can start to do what wealthy people do. Hey, thanks so much, Nuker Mays, man. He says, yes, he's building a financial empire. And see, here's the deal, guys. We got plenty of people that are up right now, and we got 7 people that's talking about money, and everybody else is talking about stuff that probably don't even matter. But we got some people here that are saying, hey, you know what? I'm concerned about my finances. I understand that the finance is going to finance my future. It's going to take care of my children. It's going to help me to live comfortably and retire comfortably. But most people just won't join the conversation. And here's what I say. We could have a table right now where we have maybe Donald Trump, I don't know, but Warren Buffett, Ray Dalio, all these great financial wizards, and people still won't show up to the table. They'll be like, hey, I can go talk to Warren Buffett, or I can go to a Jay-Z concert. Oh, I'm going to the Jay-Z concert because that's entertaining, and I can go spend my money there. But shoot, you got an opportunity to have lunch with Warren Buffett. You won't take that opportunity because we're focused more on entertainment than we are education. The more you learn, the more you earn. The more you learn, the more you earn. All right, so here's our quote of the day, guys. Every day you'll have opportunities to take chances and to work outside your safety net. Sure, it's a lot easier to stay in your comfort zone. In my case, business suits and real estate, but sometimes you'll have to take risks. When the risks pay off, that's when you reap the biggest rewards. And that's actually from Donald Trump. Again, he says, every day you'll have opportunities to take chances and to work outside your safety net. Sure, it's a lot easier to stay in your comfort zone. In my case, business suits and real estate, but sometimes you have to take risk. When the risk pays off, that's when you reap the biggest rewards. Now, here's your critical thinking question today. Here's the thing that you want to think about as you're building your financial empire. Now, so I only got 2 people that responded to building their financial empire. So maybe some of you guys are just thinking about it. I don't know. I'm building a financial empire. Hopefully you are as well. How many times have you taken a calculated risk by investing in yourself? How many times have you taken a calculated risk by investing in yourself? Thanks so much, Nuker Mage said he's taking a calculated risk 4 times. Now, Nuker Mage, how many times has it paid off for you? Every time you invested in yourself, how often did it pay off for you? Every time. Hey, Najira says she does it monthly. She invests in herself every month. Fantastic. Now, Najira, I got to ask you, when you invest in yourself, how often does it pay off? She's probably typing. I talk faster than you type. How often has it paid off for you? So the question is, how many times have you taken calculated risk by investing in yourself? And here's what we come to understand. Benjamin Franklin, he said that investment in knowledge pays the best returns. So we got to start investing in ourselves. And part of how we're investing in ourselves is by being here today, putting seeds of wealth consciousness into our mind so that we can have rich results. Now, here's your action step. Here's the thing, action step. Now, this is why I love this book, because not only does it give us some understanding, it gives us a quote, it gives us a critical thinking question, it also gives us an action step. So here's our action step for today. Increase your tolerance for taking calculated risk by betting on yourself in the undertaking of a new venture, a new investment, or a new partnership. Learn to trust your judgment and your confidence will grow. Learn to trust your judgment and your confidence will grow. Now, here's what I understand, guys. You're going to have opportunities that come across your path all the time. And we understand that there's this thing that says luck is where preparation meets opportunity. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to position ourselves so that we're prepared for the opportunities that come across our pathway. Are you preparing yourself for these opportunities? There is no shortage of opportunities, guys. What there is, there's a shortage of people who are willing to go after them. And the people who are willing to go after them, they're the ones who reap the rewards for having the courage to go after the opportunities that are presented to themselves. But in order for you to do that, you've got to first be prepared. You've got to first be prepared. I see so many people who don't even recognize opportunities and they consider themselves to be unlucky. But the reality is they're not prepared for the opportunities that come across their path. We want to be a prepared people. Now, how do we do that? By investing in ourselves, by growing our consciousness, by reading financial things if we want to build a financial empire. That's what this show is all about. We're trying to change the way that we think so that we can change our results. You don't tackle a tree that's producing bad results by taking care of the fruit. No, you got to get to the root. And the root of our problems, the root of many of America's problems, the root of many people's problem as it relates to being poor versus being wealthy, is the way that they think. The way that they think about how they generate income, just trading time for labor. Hey, you can do that for 50 years of your life if you want, or you can find another way. Matter of fact, I was just, we had a problem today, and it was a math problem. And there's like 5 different ways to solve this math problem. And I was saying to myself, man, it would have been great if I'd have learned this when I was in high school. And I know some of y'all don't like Common Core or all these different ways that they're coming up with now. But the reality is what they're doing is they're teaching the children how to think outside the box. So instead of saying, hey, you can only do this multiplication table this one way, now you got 5 different ways that you can do it and come up with the same answer. And this is the same thing as it relates to life, the same thing as it relates to money, the same thing as it relates to business. There's not just one way to skin a cat. There's many ways. So my question to you is, are you going to learn all of the different ways that you can generate income? Now, here's the simple formula. If you want to get rich, you want to get wealthy, you want to get out of debt, you want to live the prosperous life, 2 things that you must focus on: solving more problems, serving more people. That's it. You solve more problems, you find a way to serve more people with your products and your services, your ideas, you'll get rich. Why? Because the money is the exchange of value for value. You're bringing value into this potential customer's life by solving a problem for them, and they're paying you for it. And then guess what? You repeat the process and you scale it, whatever that is. So I believe that everybody that I'm talking to now, everybody that's on this, watching this right now, I believe you've got $1 million idea inside of you. And here's what I tell people. You only have to strike oil once to get rich. You only have to strike oil once. Now, guess where that oil is? That oil is in here. It's in the gold mine. So what I want you to do each and every day, 15 minutes a day, keep digging, keep digging, keep digging, keep getting around people that's going to talk to you about money. I didn't have these conversations at the kitchen table. My parents didn't talk to me about money. That's why I'm so adamant about it now. We got to change the conversation that we're having at the kitchen table. We got to talk about money. It's very vital. 15 minutes a day, take to keep broke away. Hey, here's the deal, guys. I'm ERGJ, certified financial educator, man. It's been a plum pleasing time serving you guys today. Hopefully you got a lot out of today. Hopefully it just changed the way you think. And what we're saying is, hey, don't always play it safe. Take some calculated risk. You only live once. Why not take some risk and just see what happens when you do? Calculated risk, not dumb risk, not stupid risk. Calculated risk that makes sense. That's going to bring back a return. That's going to, you're going to invest in yourself, whatever the case may be. That's what you got to do. So here's the deal. We're here Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m., 15 minutes a day. I'll be here on Monday, 8 o'clock. And the question is, will you?